Hello,
Miles,
Matt.
what's going on?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
Today you're in for a special treat. We have one of the most advanced weapon systems North America has ever devised, and we are about to test it in front of all of our Twitch followers live today.
Right now.
Which is Halloween weekend. Come one, come all. We're gonna drill some goddamn cars today. Maybe not actually drill them.
So we are live right now.
Oh, we are actually live.
Yeah, we are live.
Boy, better put my serious face on then in that case. Probably cut the swearing down a little bit.
Yeah, just a touch.
Our cameraman Miles doing a great job manning the camera, and project manager here, Dan, who's going to coordinate a lot of this. That's the horn, which means it's very unsafe to be here. Or maybe he's warning people that I'm just going off the rails saying crazy stuff. But behind me, you can see some beautiful targets, weapons targets, that we have filled the yard with, and we're going to do ridiculous things with them today. I'm super, super excited to see what a 12-ton robot is going to do to these things. Live, uncut.
Really?
Actually,
Okay.
we do have a system to cut together different camera feeds, so it is cut slightly, but it is
Yeah.
live. And
Yeah.
I think, oh, Guy, our CEO, is coming over here to share some of
trying to stay off camera.
his thoughts today.
Okay, so are you getting any of this?
All right, so we got a couple things. First of all, we got a big announcement. We have what?
This
The
is
stream
the
keeps
first
cutting
of
off.
many.
Then let's go over here.
Yeah.
We're cut. Oh,
Okay, we're just
Wi-Fi's bad.
going over to the other side.
We're going to where the Wi-Fi is not bad.
check 1 and 2. Anybody on?
All right,
All right.
this robot in the background.
How about
Okay.
now?
Oh, we should stand up. Yeah, get the rope. Yeah, stand here.
Don't worry.
Better angle. Cameraman Miles is gonna correct that problem right away. Get the robot behind us.
There you go.
Glorious Eagle Prime. She's got a good backside here. How about
Yeah,
that?
yeah. That camera did need adjusting. Good
All right.
job, G.
Camera's
good?
been adjusted.
Yeah,
Stream's
exactly.
back up.
Yeah, it's back up.
Sweet. So,
talk.
we have some fun news for you, Twitch. On November 5th, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, we are going to host what we're calling MegaBots Live.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
So what we're doing is we're starting a set of hopefully monthly events where we just test a bunch of stuff. First thing we're going to test is we're going to take remote piloted robots and put them up against piloted robots. So we have Eagle Prime, we have new driver and gunner pairs for you. Zoom up there, so one of our new drivers. Orion's going to get up in a second. What we're going to do is we're going to actually take Iron Glory. We are setting it up to be remote control, and we are going to duke it out with Eagle Prime. And Eagle Prime's going to have incredibly destructive weapons that we don't trust to be used against a human piloted Megabot. So you guys want destruction, you guys want live fights, we want to give you that kind of stuff, but we're going to do it in the form of beta tests that happen one after another, month after month. We're going to incrementally get better so we get faster robots, cooler action, more destruction, all live on Twitch.
This
So-
is the raw MegaBots experience. We don't know what's gonna happen. You're gonna find out with us. We're gonna do ridiculous crap and stream it all live and see what happens. And we're gonna take you along in this adventure with us as we figure out what the heck these things can do to each other and to cars, and hopefully not to people. This is man versus machine, well, man plus machine versus another machine in the first of a series of battle tests. We're super excited to bring this to you, and we're kicking this off today. Well, actually not the man versus machine thing, but that's on November 5th. But today you will get to see some destruction with the drill on Eagle Prime. Let's do it.
We also got Iron Glory. We're going to show off some remote control testing. We got some new weapons being worked on in the shop for Iron Glory. Iron Glory is getting its first hand-to-hand weapon, which is super cool. So we'll see that in a little bit as well. But yeah, we're going to test with Eagle Prime. We're gonna have a safety meeting here in just a second, but the whole point right now is that you guys wanted live action. We want to give you live combat, live action. That's what's going on. So tune in November 5th, 1 p.m. We start our Twitch stream on Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific time.
And if you are not subscribed yet, click the subscribe button. Whichever corner it's in for Twitch, click that so you can be notified when this happens. Put a calendar update thing, appointment on your calendar, schedule it, clear your day. You're not going to want to do anything else but watch this craziness happen. And also, for those of you who are in the Bay Area, we have a very special treat for you. If you go to our Facebook page, there's a link to an event. You can actually come see this in person. You can buy a ticket and you can watch us do all of this together with us and experience it in the most live way possible. Being here in person, you will feel the thunder of the engine in your chest, and you will, I don't know, see crazy glass break and metal get ripped up. It's gonna be awesome.
You will
Super
be
awesome.
Great
standing
description.
over
Great
there.
description.
Yeah, you'll be standing over there behind a railing as these robots go toe to toe and try and beat each other up.
These guys are like, just start the robot up already.
Yeah.
Get the robot go. They're like already, I can feel the comments happening
Exactly.
right now.
Yeah.
They're like, when's the robot gonna start? Just start. Oh, one other thing, we're gonna make it, the fact you're getting such a raw feed of this that we're, Miles is wearing a radio right now. Miles is manning the camera. You're actually gonna hear the radio feed of the team talking as they start this thing up, so you will get like the behind the scenes, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening, turn that nonsense off, someone's gonna die, or I don't know, it's not working, or oh my god, it's on fire. Like all this crazy crap is gonna happen on the radio. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Also, we are slowly upping our game here at MegaBots. So just so you guys know, Miles has a nice little Steadicam gimbal there.
Yeah,
We're going to
see?
be able to cut to in-cockpit cameras. We want to give you guys the live experience of piloting these robots, so you'll see us kind of build up our live streaming capability over time. But I think
Boom.
you're tired of hearing us talk.
So,
Unless
so
they're-
something more exciting now, a safety meeting. How about that?
We're gonna learn about
We're gonna
safety.
let's amp up the adrenaline with a safety meeting.
All right.
Let's get safe. How safe are we gonna be today, guys?
Extra safe.
Yeah. This is like my cue. They're like, Matt, can you please stop with the voice? Just like, please leave.
I don't know what to joke. Matt,
We're trying to do real work here.
That's not a joke. That's Matt's actual voice.
That's Matt's actual voice.
That's what he talks. It's how he always talks.
When the sun hits the hair, it just channels straight up.
It's like Superman.
Yeah, or
So
yellow.
we got,
Birdman.
we got a couple of fun
Or
things
some
to do
other
today.
man.
We're gonna go down. What is that? An oven? There's some appliance
There
over
is
there.
an oven there,
We have an
Dan.
appliance.
We got a drill.
And your mission, should you choose to accept it, is
Oh,
to
God.
destroy that oven.
All right, team. We
Do
gotta
not
destroy-
disappoint us.
Destroy that
Them,
oven. We
them.
gotta do
It's
it-
all about them. In the chat channel.
We gotta do it better than we did last time. So let's keep the robot working. We got the Tower of Extreme Caution right in the middle of the yard there.
Tower of extreme caution. When did that change? So that's the Tower of
That's what it was
Death.
always called.
Always the Tower of
So,
Death. Thanks, Dan.
As
For
we
putting
get
pillows on
done, We're gonna do a
everything.
couple of slalom laps back and forth, just curving around that as though it was an enemy mech. You guys know the drill. Let's see what's right happening. God, that was terrible.
You guys know the drill.
Yeah, go do your thing.
Yeah, with the
Okay,
RAC.
safety notes.
Prudent decisions and
Wall Street.
No, that's justice or liberty.
No, Prudent Decisions was the other gun that we were gonna make.
prudent decision making and
Stay on brand.
No, Tim. Prudent Decisions was the
Hey,
other
can we
cannon.
can we get a close up of what do we have here?
Cheat sheet?
This is the in-flight computer. Tim, tell us about this. What have you?
so we have lots of control modes for the pilot that are hard to keep track of. So when those modes switch, I want to make sure I'm actuating the correct actuator. So I have this knee board that has the different controls and certain unlabeled switches that are different for different modes. describe what they do. So LT3 up here, it's high.
And that's great! We're all set and ready to pilot this thing. Let's continue with the safety meeting.
I also have a notepad and a receipt for my work shoes.
Shoes are good.
So that's there.
Driving robots is hard, essentially. That's why he has that tag. All right, guys.
All right.
You guys
shut
ready?
Up. Serious stuff. Robot could break. If it breaks, Micah, you're on ladder. I got fire. Cover whatever you need. Find an extra fire extinguisher. Be ready. Please stay out of the way. Anybody who doesn't have a specific job to do. We're gonna stay on comms. Keep the comms clean. If you don't have something important to say, stay the heck off the comms. If the robot should go sideways and you see an imminent threat to anyone's well-being, you will say, stop, stop, stop. Wave your hands like a wild person in the air. This is good. This is good. Stop, stop, stop. Cool?
Who's on E-Stop?
Good. Mike is going to be on E-Stop. Is that okay? Sure. Fantastic. And let's get this thing rolling. Okay. First thing's drill. Second thing's slalom. After that, let's see what happens. Let's go.
No, first thing's slalom. You have to get to the thing first, right?
Well, yeah. Fair enough.
Okay.
Micah, let's find that E-Stop. On the
So I'm going to turn on the power to the robot right now. Here we go.
Miles, before we get started, I want to call attention to the audience, make sure the audience is being safe up there. Did you check in with Randy? Is he okay? Oh,
Randy.
see, now we're not. Oh, there's the horn.
Randy's a dummy, Matt.
There's the
Randy's
horn.
a dummy.
You know, you don't have to say that to all of our
I'm just
fans,
saying,
you know?
like,
It's like,
I
bet his mom is watching.
You know, Randy's mom? Is that what
I mean, I assume she's
I'm
watching.
gonna grab a radio so we can do
I know your mom's probably watching.
Good God, Matt.
Hi, Miles' mom.
I'm going to slap you in a second.
Valves are up, engine coolant's 92 degrees Fahrenheit, fuel's at 58%. We are ready to start. Status
It
low.
came from some anime. I'm not really sure which one. You probably know better than me.
Copy that. Tim, you clear to start the engine. Starting. Hang tight, Tim. 1 second. Keep all low, please.
Yeah, Gurren Lagann. That is the one.
All right, Jim. Sorry,
Gurren
we're,
Lagann.
safe.
That's where that drill
E-Stop
came
is
from.
now hot.
Or at least the
You
idea
are
for
clear
it.
to start.
Mission pressurized.
Tim, please repeat. Operation pressurized. Check in with Zach. You clear? Cool. Micah, good? We are clear to pressurize. Tim, good?
So next
Pressurized.
So you just heard Orion. He's making the both arms unsafe, which means that they're being prepped for motion. Trekkie P94, what happens is if the hydraulic tubes are cut, it just starts leaking hydraulic oil. strike the Tower of Death, but I'm not sure. And there was a hydraulic dropout.
All right, Micah, we low? Good. Cockpit, let's sit on.
10-4.
Gunner all low.
Seems to be that it happens the first 20 or 30 seconds of the robot
Starting
being
when
turned
it
on.
fouls. Micah, go ahead and set the E-stop hot, please.
So it just means we have to
Stop
reboot
the
real
clock.
quick.
Copy that, Micah. Robot, when the valves are on, you're clear to start.
Is the engine not ready?
No, the engine was ready. That was the Beckhoff dropout. Because we had, the engine was fine. It wasn't bogged down. It just happened suddenly. I don't know what we lost because we power cycled too quickly.
It's actually hard to get back far enough in the yard to get the full robot in frame.
Copy. Clear to start.
I'm trying my best.
Clear my front.
Right arm unsafe in 5.
So when we go into an E-stop condition, occasionally the computer thinks the arms are still where they were when the E-stop was hit. That means they'll jump back to their previous position. That's what you see here. That whacking sound you heard was the parking brake. spin that oven off that drill bit.
Okay, Orion, let's stick that oven way out in front, spin it until it falls off, or doesn't do anything interesting. Alright, clear to hit the on safe. Yeah, you're clear to hit the on safe. Please keep the direction of spin perpendicular to the one of the yacht. Copy? Copy that.
That's Tim, and he can go crazy at any minute. For those of you just tuning in, our drivers are Tim and Orion, 2 employees here at MegaBots.
Alright.
And it's successful. They successfully spun the oven off. Actually, I'm pretty sure that was a washing machine.
Copy that. Let's go to home. Bring the robot down.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Definitely a washing machine.
Jim, over to you.
I have piloted before, and it is a very, very hot job. I mean that physically. It gets incredibly hot in there.
Got her all low.
Oh wait, is it a dryer? I don't even know. Washing machine, dryer.
And Orion, you're clear to pop the cockpit. Copy that. Fresh air.
Oh yeah, that washing machine. And you can see Orion lifting the hatch because it is insanely hot in there. He wants to get a breeze.
Cables on the back of the elbow, they are squished.
Okay, apparently there's a back-off brake.
Yeah, it looked like from the position of the car, that was where it was going to go.
So I'm going to go behind here real quick and take a look.
It'd be pretty straightforward to replace those cables.
Here? Where?
Cables on the back of the elbow are squished.
Oh, look, yeah, some cables got squished. That doesn't look squished. That looks like it got, like, pulled a little too hard. Same thing. Same difference. That elbow is right. Yeah, we're... It's nice to see it come down, but you wonder about some of the other temps. There is AC. Well, there's a very rudimentary AC in there. It's not very weather tight, the cockpit, so it's very hard to like control the, control the heat or control the temperature in the cockpit. So what we have is we have these 2 fans that go directly into helmets, and nobody wants to wear them because nobody wants to wear the helmets because it's so dangerous.
Except for that one cutout, that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
That one's on sale. What's that? I said that one's on sale.
We could let it go for $75.
You shopped at Sears Scratch and Dent, right?
Yeah.
Do we have any takers? $75 for this slightly used dryer. You have to pick it up. We're in the Bay Area. I'm sure you could get this working again.
Ranwin parts. Yeah, only slight superficial damage.
Yeah.
So how'd it go?
does
It
spin.
seemed like you had some trouble lining up the drill for the.
Yeah, so what I had to do to get the elbow to come out is I had to come much farther forward to get the elbow to pitch in. I'm guessing that's interference with the track issue potentially when we're turned back.
Oh yeah, it could be a safety for the
Right.
elbow on the back corner there.
So when I first brought it forward to get it to tip in far enough, I was already over the top, and then we had
So
the
I-
one shut down.
Yeah, I think the right way to do that is probably actually to pull up alongside it and then reach out or twist forward and straight.
Yeah.
But you want to use the extra distance you have from the center line out to the elbow and go straight out. That's
Yeah.
what we do on the punch to get a lot of distance.
Yeah,
Is,
I think
is
if I
the
did,
shoulders are almost all the way forward.
yep. Yeah, I think if I did the retract, I could have had it farther forward and more in already, and then kind of,
Sure, we can take a look at the controls. Bunch of crooks.
and then
Orion, is your phone still up there?
It is.
Could
I
you?
can-
Could somebody take Orion's phone and just show around?
do you want me to go up there?
Yeah,
Yeah, do it.
go for it. So Orion's going to show you the controls after Dan is coaching him with how to punch, though Dan's driving experience is very minimal, so
So I have expert advice.
he has expert opinions.
Only expert opinions.
This is Theory Crafting 101.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and take it off the mount. Bear with me, stream here. All right, so this is my office, and if you want questions directed to me, direct them to Miles, and he will lay them up to me. So this is the switches. So when you hear us talk about the switches, these are the ones that I'm putting all low to be safe, and then we're safing and switching between modes with these. Then over here, we've got more switches and more buttons, and we got the joystick. So this is a 3-axis joystick, so you get forwards, back, left, right, and then twist up and down. And then we also have a 2-axis hat on top, as well as a trigger and some other buttons that we don't use. Moving my way around the cockpit, we've got the monitors, the gunner's status lights and status monitor, more monitors. Over here on the other side, you can see I've got a whole nother joystick, a whole nother panel. Essentially, it's a mirror image, though the switches aren't mapped that way, but the arm safe and unsafe are mirror image. I've got more mode switches and home buttons down here, and then we run in a variety of modes. So when I was doing the washer, that's what's called task space, and so when I move the joystick around, it's moving a virtual claw in space and moving that relative to the tip of the claw, as opposed to other modes where we're controlling like each joint with each axis of the joystick.
Right.
Daryl Q asks, is it comfortable in there?
It is not comfortable in here, so it's pretty warm. Also, you can see, like, I'm pretty tall. I'm 6'2", and to keep my feet off the pedals, I have to kind of retract my knees. When my feet are out over the pedals, it's pretty good, but I had some pilot-induced oscillation when I went to yaw back with this pedal. Oh yeah, these are the hip yaw pedals. So basically, I hip yawed back and then pressed the pedal more as I got thrown around in the cockpit. It's one of our concerns with the controls is that if I, say, move the arm to the left and then get thrown further to the left, then I will move the stick even farther, or go into an oscillation where I throw it to the left and then bounce back to the right, and you get bad things. Did that answer that question? Okay. Any more
Questions from you guys after the tour there?
Okay, so back behind me you can kind of see Tim's seat. He kind of looks over my head and around my shoulders, and then he's got switches and
Hatch. So I'm going to go around the back hatch and climb up here, see if we can give you guys a pretty good view. That means I'm going to have to pocket my phone for a second just so that I can climb up here. Oop. Ow. I just cut my jeans on the robot. This is like the 5th jeans I've broken on this robot. So here's the driver's seat. You can see all the driver's controls. Can't really get in this robot because it's a giant Faraday cage and no transmissions get out. So just taking a look around. You can see that right here is the left joystick, controls left track. Over there behind it, you see these the red dial. Behind it, there's a green dial. That's the drive mode and control mode controllers. There are our safety switches. Over here is the activation switch, the e-stop, and several buttons which are unlabeled, but our VIP mode as well as others. Here's some power cutoff switches. We have on each of the joystick panels a whole set of buttons, including the speaker cutoff as well as all of the necessary accoutrement. Also, we have a cup holder.
And there's the ECP up here.
Oh yeah, and then there's the engine control panel, which is used to control the engine on the track base. And then you can see all the monitors. The few that you see there off are either not associated with the camera at the moment, or they are broken. So the rear camera, for some reason, isn't transmitting. It's something we need to fix. I think it's just a broken wire. And then the other two monitors, that's the status monitor right there. And then over here is the over-the-shoulder.
Yep, now you can see miles
Out the back there.
Why? Nice got there.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, whoa,
We have
all the
both
beards.
have beards, yes.
Beard, I'm working my beard's, solidarity.
Yeah, get caught up. Come on.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
It's alright, you're new here. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
give me some time.
Working on it.
Some beard time.
Beard time?
Some beard time. Some time for beards.
Oh, okay.
It's in your contract.
Yeah,
it's in the,
you have
it's
to
in
have...
It's in our corporate charter.
You have
Yeah.
to have X beard to practice robots.
Oh, get out the calipers and measure Orion's beard. Is it long enough?
No, it's only 7.5 millimeters.
Or at least have a
Gotta wait
container
on
of so many ounces of beer in your pocket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Beard.
You can just harvest someone else's beard.
We need a beard donor, quick.
Yep. Alright, I'm gonna get down.
All right.
So, we mentioned that we have another robot. There's the Mark II. We just finished putting some new functionality in it. Giving it a control system. You'll see it possibly next week. We're still working out some of the bugs. I'm gonna give this to Zach for a second so that I can climb. Whoop. Aha. Thank you, Zach. Alright. So yeah, so basically what we have over here is the remote control Mark II. Or at least the Mark II that we are making remote control. And there we go, back in chat. So, you can see that we've taken off one of the weapons, the missile launcher. We might be not sure if we can show that yet because I don't know if it's done. The new thing that's going on there. Zach here has done all the wiring.
Yes, all the wiring.
He is the electrical tech here at MegaBots.
Yes, I do the grunt work. I crawl in the robot, I fish all the wires.
Fish.
Yes. Sometimes that's what you gotta do to get the wires through the machine.
Yeah.
Yep.
The electron hoses.
Yeah, the hoses, portals, what are we going with?
Hoses, portals,
Pixie pipelines.
Pixie
Pipelines.
pipelines.
stuff.
Yeah.
So the control system in Iron Glory used to be ROS, that's Robot Operating System, based off of Robot Operating System. But we have this nice control system in the Mark III, made by IHMC, which we are backporting to the Mark II, so that we can use the same code and make it very simple. This is the Mark II versus the Mark III is maybe 2 or 3 orders of magnitude more complex. Like the Mark III is much more complicated than the Mark II.
And more powerful.
And more powerful and faster and everything. It's much better. But porting the thing back means that we can now use some of the tricks that we used on the Mark III on the Mark II. I believe the first one, this is to the Kaz 91. The first one was inspired by some kind of, like, was it industrial equipment? Which is why it's got that yellow and green.
You know, I don't know the story behind that.
Yeah, I think it has to do with tractors or something.
It's styling.
Ooh. We don't have red or stripes on it, so like, does not look like an orc anything. You know, if we wanted to make it go faster, we'd paint it red, obviously. But
And
there you go.
stickers.
Also, those checker patterns.
Yeah.
I've heard those really help.
Yeah. Oh, also, if you can go and paint like the chevrons on the ground, when you go over those, you'll go faster
Yeah,
too.
yeah. We need to paint some chevrons on the ground. I've heard those make you go faster as well. So we have that. Is Zach, like, how far along is Zach on the pole?
Oh, you want to go walk over and see the
Yeah, I wanna
new
take
melee weapon for the Mark II?
Take a walk and see where it's at.
I don't know, Twitch, would you like to see
That's
that?
over in fabrication. I don't know if Hannah's working on it right now. But
Yeah, we'll take a look, see if Hannah's working on it.
kind of a cruel irony. I had to plasma cut all the parts out for the weapon that's going to fight my robot.
Yeah.
Your robot,
The robot I'm in.
the robot you're piloting.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
You're
the one
making
I'm in.
weapons.
You
for your
know what's going to
opponent.
happen is you're going to get hit by the weapon you've made, and it's going to crash through the cockpit, and you'll be like, I remember this part.
Why it's been so long filing the tip?
Plasma cutter.
Oh yeah, that's right. There are chevrons on the ramps. Thanks, Max.
Oh, yeah. That way you can just select the super speed. for it.
Exactly. So we can go. So we actually do have ramps here.
Yep.
Let's go over here and take a look at, see if we can see these weapons. Kind of just passing by and see one of the knives that we use for the knife drop, as well as Simone Yetch, her little video that we did with her.
We got Casual Rob.
And here's Casual Rob, as well as Dan.
Rob's just over here, making sure everything looks relatively safe. I was just
Rob's
actually
doing-
watching. Parker TS for the Parker tracking
Okay.
system, and also
All right.
we have the shipping container from
So
Parker.
this is kind of this is our plasma cutter. I believe it's got some issues with it right now, but I'm sure we'll fix it up.
Parker container on the right here.
This is where we do all of our hydraulic hoses on all of the robots.
Oil wires.
Oil wires, if you will.
And if you go talk to, hey Zach, if you go talk to Zach, I bet he would show you some
Oh, okay.
fun CAD stuff.
So we're gonna go talk to Zach. So Zach is our lead fabricator here and shop managing guy.
Hello.
And that, not to get confused with Zach 2 or Zach Beta.
Yeah, it's not the easiest system we have around here. In fact, we're going to have to develop something better.
Better for what?
For the Zach nomenclature. I still like New Zach and Zach Classic. It's one of my
Okay.
favorites. So what would you like me to talk about?
The weapon that you're making for the Mark II.
Oh, okay. Did you want to see CAD models, or do you want to see the
So so do you have like a model that you can show
Yeah,
us real quick?
um,
So we're just gonna give you a kind of a demo of what we're making. So Zach here modeled this thing up.
So this is a design for a melee weapon for Iron Glory. Iron Glory only has range weapons on it right now, and our new art director Kenny Solis made a sketch, and it looks pretty good. So I went and rendered it in AutoCAD, and let's see if we can pull up a couple of different layers here. This is kind of what it might look like on the Mark II Iron Glory. This is the piece right here. It's sort of a spear-shaped object for Iron Glory. A couple of different views here. I'm gonna get rid of the Mark II for a second, and
So why is it a spear? Tell us why this shape?
why this? Well, this was all Kenny's design. We're doing, we needed a melee weapon so that we could, kind of poke around in battle rather than shooting the two range weapons that are on there. And it didn't have to be a spear, but this particular one might spell some pretty nasty damage to the hydraulic hoses of anything that fights.
So the idea is to hook on to the hydraulic hoses.
I think so. Hook onto something and yank them around, something that it can pull off. I mean, like, when he showed me this shape, I'm like, that's, you know, if this gets onto some hydraulic hoses, it's not coming off of it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're going to get caught in here, and, you know, these, you know, our robots aren't as nimble as we'd like them to be, so it's just going to, you know, back up, pull some stuff off. It's going to be interesting.
So the people who are watching this might notice that there's a lot of exposed hydraulic hoses on the Mark III. So the thing is that the Mark III is faster, stronger, and just overall better than the Mark II. So I believe Zach, Kenny, and Hannah decided that the best way to fight the Mark III with the Mark II is to fight dirty.
Pretty dirty.
As dirty as possible.
Well, once you start messing with hydraulics, things do get pretty messy.
Yeah.
So
you want to show us? You said you fabricated a bit of it?
Sure.
So we're going to go take a look at what we have right now.
This is where we are right now. The whole piece is about 9 or 10. Well, it'll be about 9 or 10 feet long when we're finished with it. We have primarily 3/16 plate steel. As you can see, the elbow of Iron Glory is going to bolt on right here. So this is that interface, and most of the weapon is going to be cantilevered out to the front of the support. So we're going to add a counterweight to the back to try to balance it out. Iron Glory doesn't have a whole lot of power to it, but the weapon that we pulled off of it weighs 700 pounds. So this one's probably going to weigh about 200 to 300. So it shouldn't have nearly as much trouble swinging this thing around as it did the old one, which could be a little bit cumbersome. And then we've got more plates to put on it after some of this gets cleaned up. And then we had a bit of a snafu with our CNC plasma cutter. This will eventually be the spear, as you can see, the spear tip. As you can see, it only cut out half of it before a component exploded inside the plasma cutter.
Yeah, as I said, our plasma cutter is having some issues.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to finish this over the weekend.
Massage it back to life.
Yeah, something like that.
So how big is that spear tip?
It's 24 inches across, edge to edge, and about 22 front to back.
So hopefully that gives you guys a bit of scale on
and it's out
how
of
big these things are.
3/4 inch plate.
Yeah.
I think Kenny's design called for the perspective called for something a little bit thicker, but our plasma cutter maxes out at 3/4 inch plate, and then this is what happened to it.
Yeah.
So maybe we were pushing the limits. I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately. And see, like, so you're gonna cut that by hand?
No, I'm gonna. I got another plasma cutter that I can bring it to over the weekend, and another CNC. And so, if that one starts to hiccup on it, then I will finish it by hand. And that's kind of a last resort, because this ended up. I mean, like, it was doing great up until it just conked out. But the edge was beautiful. It's not going to look nearly this nice if I cut it out by hand. So.
Yeah, it's going to be all serrated and stuff.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit choppy.
Well, I mean, you're going to have to work that edge anyway, so.
Yeah, besides the fact that it's just there to cause damage, so it doesn't have to look real pretty.
Exactly. The sharper it is, the better.
Right.
So yeah, you can see that structure. That's going to be made up to where the rocket launcher was. As I said before, in Japan, kind of broke. Additionally, it wouldn't do anything against the Mark III, so might as well take it off and try to give the Mark II some sort of chance.
I think the Mark II has, I mean, the dirtier we fight, the Mark II has a better,
exactly.
chance anyway.
Remember, just like go for the pilots. Go right for the pilots. So yeah, so there's the Mark II weapon. So I think that's all we were going to show you today. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed the test as well as the Mark II. Here's the team. Hey guys, I'm going to sign off in a second.
All right. Any last minute questions?
Yeah, any other questions for the team, since they're all here? Give me a second. Just got to open up my phone.
It's very meta.
Oh, apparently we have... Rob, are you watching the stream?
No, I'm watching a video of myself on the Parker website because they just put out this video that we did about the Parker container.
So she looks legal. Put a rocket on back of the fist is one of the things we've been wanting to do for a while. It's called Rocket Fist, and is a dream that we've had for at least a year.
I want to do the Big O velocity, like the impactor.
Yeah, steam punch.
punch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have so many weapon ideas. But yeah, so anyway, subscribe to MegaBots on Facebook and subscribe to our Twitch. We're going to be streaming much more of these tests and these, kind of builds in the future. So
And our practice on getting better at driving all the things.
So Tim and Orion are crack pilots who hopefully will get better and better and better.
We will do crack and we will get
But
better.
but honestly,
No.
I don't want them to get better because I'm on Team Mark II. So like, please stay as bad as you are. Micah, please get incredibly good at driving
Better
robots.
driver than you are. I will kill you, Micah.
All we need is a Prius. We got
Do you know that?
Yeah.
Do you know that,
I
Rob?
know that Tim and Orion are better drivers than you in the Mark III.
I
100%.
I disagree. 100%.
I'll bet you $1.
I'll bet you $10.
I don't want to settle this. I just want the robot to work.
Okay. All right, guys. Take
I'd rather
care.
bet on my coworker's self-esteem.